That is perfectly all right. My data indicates clear skies in the coming days. Current conditions for maritime travel.
But are we really gonna set off without telling anyone again? Funny you mention it. You'll never guess who Paimon saw on the way over.
Hey! You didn't seriously think we'd let you leave without a farewell party, did you? No chance.
Yeah, come on, Traveler. We've already made all the preparations. And most importantly, how dare you try and slip away without first paying your—
A little bird told us you'd soon be leaving for Nodcry. So, we asked Paimon to give us a heads up before the date of your departure.
You sure it's not time to think about changing that little habit of ours?
Don't worry, we won't keep you long. Besides, everyone's there already. Shaska, Ian-san, Auroron, even the Pyro Archon herself.
You're invited too, Anefa. Shilonen has a special gift for you.
Accompaniment request accepted. Shilonen demonstrates excellent massage technique. My impression of her is exceedingly positive.
Wait, so robots like massages too? Or is it just that Shilonen really knows how you're wired?
Alright, enough with the chit-chat. Let's head to the venue.
Woohoo! Party time!
Spit it out then.
They've set off.
Just as my calculations projected. About time I met this variable and...
You know, every time we head to a new nation, there's always a point where it suddenly dawns on Paimon. This is it. The next chapter of our adventure has begun. This time, it was the moment she realized she just polished off the very last of her Saurus crackers.
In other words, Paimon has marked the geographic coordinates from 2 minutes and 40 seconds ago as the boundary between Natlan and Notcry.
Paimon meant more in terms of how it felt on a psychological level. Anyway, what about you, Traveler? When did it really sink in for you? Huh, that actually kind of makes sense. What about you, Anefa? Come to think of it, maybe we should be asking the other way.
In that case, probably when my sensors could no longer detect...
The moon? You mean, that one we can all see in the sky?
Negative. I was referring to... Huh?
Oh, wow!
Paimon, Traveler, welcome to Notcry.
That must be Nasha Town up ahead! That's the
That is correct, Paimon. It is also the most bustling commercial hub in all of Not...
Oh! Sounds like the perfect place to start trying out all the local specialties! Huh? Is something up, Traveler?
Paimon, this is where our spaceship landed when Ether and I first arrived in Tevat.
Huh? Are you sure? But how come you've never mentioned that before? Seems pretty important to Paimon.
Well, because those memories are really hazy. All I remember is Ether, but just now, setting foot on this land.
Are you referring to Kuvaki?
Kuva, what now?
The locals refer to it as Kuvaki. It is a unique elemental force found only in Notcry, or rather, a pure, primordial form of elemental energy. That is correct. Another similar concept I have found in my database is... The legend has it that long, long ago, the moon that shines in the sky above us once rose from the land of Notcry. Modern geological surveys and meteorite studies conducted in the region have since supported this claim.
So, when you mentioned being able to detect the moon's power earlier, you were Wait, Traveler, you're saying we might actually find...
Notcry is surrounded by the ocean. In other words, it could have been anywhere along its coast. Negative. Description still lacks sufficient detail.
Hey, it's okay if you can't remember everything right away. Let's just do what we've always done and keep searching as we explore. Besides, what have you got to fear with your psychic?
I'd be more than happy to help you out as well.
Our pleasure. Anyway, just knowing that your spaceship's here,
Like we've crossed another boundary?
Paimon couldn't have put it better herself. Well, as the best guide in the whole of Teyvat, Paimon hereby does solemnly declare, Notcry, here we come!
That dream last night tasted wonderful. Thank you for sharing it with me.
occurred to Paimon. If we were looking to put out a missing spaceship commission, or...
The guild is located in Nasha Town. Simply follow this route.
Huh? What in Tavad is that? Looks kinda like a ceiling.
That is a kuhenki, a species unique to the land of...
A Kuhenki? Does she have...
Indeed it does. According to the Frost Moon Scions, the indigenous inhabitants of this land, the kuhenki, are said to be familiars of the moon god.
The moon goddess? Don't all people here worship the Tsaritsa?
Although Nodcry lies on Snezhnaya's border regions, the people here have held their own unique beliefs since time immemorial. As I mentioned, everything in this land shares a deep connection with the moon and the sky above. The beliefs of the Frostmoon Scions seem to date back to the civilization of the angels. According to the documents in my database, even the 7 Archons did not exist at that time.
Wow! So the origin of their beliefs go...
Correct. At some point, you may come across some statues of their goddess.
Hey! Looks like she's floating away!
I suggest you follow her. The probability of an ordinary person encountering a kuhenki...
Sometimes the best medicine is a little extra more in your pocket.
There's food I've never even seen before.
Is this a travel guide? Huh. It actually led us to some...
Are there any particular points of interest?
It all looks pretty interesting to Paimon. If we have time...
Recalibrating route. If we keep following the current path, we will arrive at an area of scenic beauty. From there, we will be able to identify...
Yikes! Why is Paimon suddenly getting the feeling that if she doesn't step it up soon, enough is gonna put her out of a job?
There's no such thing as lost treasure.
Turn that frown upside down. Sometimes the best medicine is a little extra more in your pocket.
Did you hear that? Surely it can't be for real. Boy, have I got a cool story for you!
Sometimes the best medicine is a little extra more in your pocket.
town actually looks pretty big from here. Feels a bit different than Paimon and Map.
Which aspects in particular deviated from your expectations?
Well, Paimon keeps hearing people describe Nodcry as an adventurer's paradise. So she kind of thought it'd be.
According to legend, there was indeed an era of peace in Notcry's past, the age of the Fae. Tales of those ancient heroes are still told today. One of the most well-known is that of the Lantern Fae. This individual performed many good deeds for Nodcry. The present-day Lightkeeper's nightly lantern patrols are, in part, a tribute to their memory. But then,
What happened?
there came a devastating abyssal calamity that swept across Nodcry, and for a time it was left desolate. Heartbroken by what had become of the land they had so cherished, that Fae extinguished their light, just as the abyss had extinguished all hope. Nowadays, the paradise people speak of is more of an aspiration, or an irony, perhaps.
And
Today, no official authority governs Nodcry. In theory, at least, it is somewhere a person can do whatever they wish, and become. The Adventurers Guild is just over there, in Nasha Town's Central Plaza, and the flagship tavern is over that way.
hey, what's that building over there? You know, the biggest, tallest one.
That is Aino's Boom and Blast Kuvaki energy cannon. It gets activated when the wild hunt threat level outside Nasha Town reaches a certain threshold, but according to the scan I just ran, the energy cannon appears to be malfunctioning, likely due to a recent discharge.
The Wild Hunt? Isn't that the abyssal calamity you mentioned that's specific to Nodcry?
It is a phenomenon that has been occurring for several centuries now. Yet the time and location of wild hunt attacks are seemingly random. At first, it was more of an old wives' tale that adults used to scare children. If you don't start behaving, kid, some night, the wild hunt's gonna come for you. Listen, do you hear that? That weeping in the fog?
You're saying people actually hear things like that?
I have not witnessed enough wild hunt attacks to give a statistically sound answer, but the oldest legends say that all people saw was the ghostly shadow of a woman in the mist. It wasn't until later that it became a full-blown calamity.
Huh. When you put it like that, Paimon's really gotta hand it to Aino. Not only did she
Absolutely. Aino is... Anyway, according to my schedule...
Oh, sure. After all, we shouldn't keep Barca waiting. Well, Paimon's not sure if he'll actually show up at the bar this early. You're right about that.
This elevator was inspired by the one.
Huh. Isn't this the Adventurers Guild? Why isn't anyone here? Does that mean that...
Still need to go through last quarter's financial report.
Anyway, let's come back later.
Everyone says tons of work lately. Why is none of it coming to me?
This research looks promising indeed.
Can be found in the smallest...
Yeah! Hacha!
This research looks promising indeed.
Hacha! Sometimes the best medicine is a little extra more in your pocket.
The kids come over again today. I think I'll give them these toys.
This research looks promising indeed.
Here we are, the flagship.
Varka told us to meet him here in his letter, right? Let's see. Varka?
No matches, I identified.
Huh. So he isn't here after all. Oh, guess we never did actually say we'd be. Hey, why don't we go ask the owner? If what they say is true, Varka's.
Well, well.
Hello there, Demyon.
You know each other?
Of course. Ineffa's a regular here at the flat.
So, robots are into.
Not at all. The energy conversion efficiency of alcoholic drinks is very low, and most of them are full of impurities. Still, I can affirm that your berries and fried meat deserve a solid 9.12 out of 10.
Funny that you should mention that. While you were away in Natlan, Varka would come in here every day to pick up a serving of berries.
Aww. He must have been worried sick that she wasn't eating
Actually it's 'cause Varka found out that Aino went wild after Inefa left, gorging herself on snacks she normally couldn't get her hands on. Think I might have just put my foot in it. Anyway, since you're back from...
Yep, that's us. So, from the sounds of it, you must be a...
Varka? Goes without saying. After all, he's the only one around here.
Paimon can't believe he's made such a name for himself. Though...
Right now? Must be somewhere near Anvantinyarvi.
Huh? Where's that?
It's a lake in the northern part of Nodkrai. Word reached him of trouble brewing around those parts, so he took his knights to check it out.
Oh. So, we missed him?
Varka knew you'd say that. So he specifically told me to make sure you stayed here and enjoyed yourselves. He sends his assurances that...
Well, if he's that confident, guess our only option is to accept. Anyway.
Exactly. Plus, not only...
Whoa! It's so generous of him!
Oh, and by the way, he also asked me to serve up a portion of berries and fried...
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you go ahead and drop off your luggage?
Sure thing. Besides, now that we've got ourselves...
Oh. So you no longer...
No worries, we should be fine. We've got our rep...
Thank you. This translates into an approximate time saving of 30...
Oh, right. You must miss her a lot.
Either way, I'd be happy to oblige. I can make you drink less.
Feels pretty nice having someone sort out our food and... But is this really the flagship's best room? It's pretty big, make no mistake, but it looks a little... worn out, right? Though, to be perfectly honest, that feels... You mean it's got something to do with Nodcry's history? Oh, should we try the berries and fried meat too? Oh, sorry about that. Paimon wasn't watching where she was going.
Please, there's no need to apologize. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry. Clearly,
Wait a sec. Are you staying in the room?
Ah, quite the perceptive one, I see. First things first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kirill Chudamirovich Flintz, but please, just call me Flintz.
Whoa, that's an impressively long name for sure.
Ah, is that so? Names like mine ought to have been fairly common in Snezhnaya, at least in the past.
Yep, you sure would be. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We've been to a bunch of nations already, but we only just arrived in Not...
What a rare honor it is to meet such worldly travelers.
Are you here for travel too?
If only I had the time to spare. No, I'm just staying...
Oh, so you're here for...
That's certainly one way to put it. I'm a Ratnik of Nodcry, normally stationed near the burial grounds to the north. My sole cause for being here today was to repair this lantern of...
Burial grounds?
Your surprise is entirely understandable. Most people cannot even begin to... But if you've heard of the calamitous abomination that is the Wild Hunt, you'll know that in their wake they bring a host of souls tainted by abyssal filth. That then is why we are stationed by the...
Oh, so it's all about fighting against...
I thank you for your concern. But in truth, I've long since grown used to it. In fact, I like to think it rather suits me. If anything, I'd say I prefer the peace and quiet of a graveyard to the hustle and bustle of urban life.
Paimon sort of gets it now. But even so, she's still pretty sure she could never get used to living in a graveyard herself. For one thing, she'd be too scared to fall asleep at night.
Oh, I assure you, there's no need to worry on that account. The kind of ghosts you find in cemeteries aren't too big on talking. But... Well, would you look at that? Who'd have thought we'd end up chatting this long? Forgive me, but I must excuse myself, for the time of my appointment draws near. And in terms I'm sure you'll understand, a lanternless Ratnik...
Oh, sure. In that case, you go right ahead.
Not at all. Should the opportunity present itself, you're always welcome to come visit my grave. I mean, the grave I stand watch over. Your visit would bring much-needed light to that place of...
Right. Well, if we get the chance...
Then allow me to wish you a traditional Ratnik's farewell. See you by the graveside.
Ugh. Jeez. What a weirdo. Not to badmouth him at all. In fact, he seemed pretty cultured, but at the same time, kinda spooky? His lantern? No? Huh. Guess you've always had a nose for stuff like this. If you're worried, you can always ask him the next time we cross paths. Hey, don't you start spouting all that weird stuff too.
It's so noisy here. Back in my...
Paimon almost forgot something super important. Were we gonna go try out the berries and fried meat? But now, heading all the way back to the flagship feels like such a waste.
Please, accept today's boon. Come night or day, may the blessings of the moon goddess shine down upon you.
Huh? What's going on over there? Wait, free food? Quick, let's grab some too. Paimon's...
Moonlight illuminates the path before you, travelers from afar.
Huh? How'd you know we were...
Just now were a song the birds in the sky, singing.
The birds in the... What?
Forgive me. I should not have laid the words of others out as a welcome mat for our very first meeting. I am Lauma, moon chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. Please, as do our followers and other passers-by, accept...
Happy to oblige. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this here is the Traveler. Thanks so much for sharing your yummy food with us.
Think nothing of it. These fruits were the finest we found, delicacies gathered in the wake of...
The finest you found? Wow! That sure is kind of you, but...
The first fruit of the harvest must be placed upon the moonlight altar. Not as an offering to the gods, but as a spark. As perhaps you have already heard, we Frost Moon Scions revere and worship the moon goddess. We believe that together, and now, with tides of haughty Fatui swarming into Nodcry, driven by greed, and greed alone, more than ever before, we must...
Huh! Look who it is again. Those unsufferably kind-hearted...
That's right! 2 servings each!
The Fatui! After what you've been doing to our sacred statue...
Wilhelmina, bestow today's boon upon our guests.
You hear that? No slacking now. We'll have the very...
But, my lady, they...
Please, you two, accept this meal. But remember this. Kindness is...
Come again?
Let me finish. But should they still refuse to follow the...
You! Hey. Whatever. Just... Huh? Where's the meat? Who wants to eat this garbage?
Those stooges really are the worst.
Ever since they came to Nodcry with all their weird equipment and built that so-called experimental design bureau...
Judging from how they reacted just now, it seems the Fatui already know who you are.
Well, we have gotten in their way in pretty much every nation we visited, so we're probably at...
I see. Then, on behalf of the Frost Moon Scions... Because if they had gotten ahead of themselves, just as the birds and beasts put it, your arrival heralds joy to us all. Besides, for you will always be welcome at the Frost Moon Enclave. The place we call our home. May we meet again in the moon's gentle glow.
These are delicious! So refreshingly fresh! Looks like Inefa isn't done with her shopping yet. And the Adventurers Guild is still empty. Good idea. Wouldn't want to let the let's see. Okay. Paimon's got our route all figured out. So, all that's left to say is, don't fall behind. This is Nuts and Nuts. It's mostly a fruit shop. This is the Speranza, one of the travel guide's recommended restaurants. All the waiters here are kids. This is the Vesnici Prolage greenhouse. Apparently, their flowers are all... And this is the Rossum workshop. And over here, they've got a super tall observation deck. Whoa! Take a look at that! You can see that way's north, and that looks like something built by the Fatui? And then over there to the west, that must be the... So, what'd you think? Even if Enefa kinda stole her limelight earlier, this Jessica... She sure is! It'd take hundreds of years of practice to beat the best tour guide in all of Tibet. Huh? Look! There must be someone at the Adventurers Guild now. Looks like we'll finally be able to ask about your spaceship. Oh, or was there anywhere else you wanted? Where? Which one are you... Oh... Now you mention it, Paimon's noticed it too. Anyway, where we go first is completely up to you. Either the Adventurers Guild...
Please, here you go. And if you ever need anything else, don't forget to make the great Lord Sangama Bay your first port of call.
Oh dear.
Of course it's the real deal. Everything you'll find here is 110% real, meaning every one of my deals is as real as a deal can... Wait a minute. Well, if it isn't my two most valued clients. And with no small thanks to your munificent patronage. Come, how could you just sneak into Not Cry like this without telling your dear Lord Sangama Bay? If I'd known earlier, I would have made an absolute pulled out all the stops to ensure that your boat ride over was as comfortable.
Thank the Archons we didn't tell you.
Oh, come now! You know as well as anyone how impeccably and conscientiously above board I am when...
Well, regardless of whether that's true or not, the main issue here is that we had no idea you had a branch in Not Cry.
A clever merchant always has a backup plan, or two, or three up their sleeves. As the saying goes, a rabbit with many burrows fears not the hunter's arrows. A merchant, since you're both here in Not Cry, would you care for some of my finest local souvenirs? Whatever you're looking for, I have it. Or if it's Sumeru you're missing...
We literally just arrived! Do we look like we're on the hunt for tourist trinkets to take back for our friends?
My, your high-minded tastes never cease to impress. In that case...
What's that? Your hat?
Information, of course. Information about Not Cry. locked securely in the otherwise impenetrable vaults of the Lord Sangama Bey's brilliant mind. I knew it! I just knew you'd appreciate the value of my wares. On the back of all our pleasant dealings in the past, I'll even take a hit by throwing in some insider info for free.
Wow. You sure are feeling uncharacteristically generous.
What do you mean by uncharacteristically? I'm the most generous. The moment I set up shop in Nodcry, it struck me how many different factions there were, all competing against each other for power and influence. Well, as they say, things got even more turbulent after the Fatui pulled down 2 ancient moon's remnants. People began to catch a whiff of the coming chaos. And the more troubled the waters, the greater the potential profit.
Not at all sorry to interrupt, but we're not here for Mora.
Oh, really? But surely it was the tales of an adventurer's paradise that brought you here. The chance to take your very own slice of all the latest and in that case, what would you like to know about? The Frost Moon Scions? You mean the people who believe in the moon goddess? They're not a bad bunch. It's just, well, they have such simple tastes. No luxuries, no indulgences, no nothing. Still, things between them and the Fatui have gotten pretty tense. It's only a matter of time before the powder keg goes boom. And when that happens, that's when business will start to boom too. Everyone knows they're here for the ancient moon's remnants, but no one's sure why they... Anyway, they've been acting mysterious enough, but if you ask me, that Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau of theirs up north hides secrets wilder still. Oh, they're an organization set up to keep the locals safe. Apparently, they have a long and glorious history, and they're made up entirely... But seriously, a volunteer organization in Nodcry? This place is hardly a magnet for noble hearts. No pay, all work. That's not a business model, and it's certainly not for me. What now? Don't you two get involved in any big business here without so much as a heads up, you hear me? At the very least, consider letting me in as a key investor. That bunch of booze-loving monsters? Ugh. As fellow Outlanders, I thought they'd be easy pickings, but somehow, every single one of our business... I've done plenty of deals with heavy drinkers before, but those guys? I never once made it to the contract signing before blacking out. I'm getting flashbacks of the hangovers just thinking about it. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Sooner or later, you'll no doubt end up doing business with some other merchants in Nodcry. And someone's bound to mention a place called the Listen to My Advice. Do not, under any circumstance...
The Curatorium of Secrets? What do they get up to?
Just a place that handles all kinds of disputes. But the owner will charge you an absolute fortune, and she has a temper to match. Nothing like your friendly neighborhood, Lord Sangama Bey.
You're not just saying that to stop your competition from undercutting you, right?
When did that little pipsqueak get so sharp? And after I gave them all that info for free just to win them... What do you mean? Of course not. I'm only thinking about your wallet. I mean, on behalf of your wallet.
You're really not convincing anyone.
All right. Business is a cutthroat, but I'm not lying about that boss lady. Not only did she make it into my top 3 people not to mess with in Nodcry, she's also in my top 3 people most eager to trade in favors.
Seriously? It feels like you're just
Fine. If you don't believe me, go see for yourselves. We might both be from Sumeru, but compared to hers, my conscience is so large. Why, you could feel through. But when you realize what I'm saying is true, don't say that good old Lord Sangama Bey didn't warn you.